Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Nerds Drink Whiskey. We're doing just a real quick episode today. If you notice, the lighting isn't all pretty because it's 90 degrees, 90 some degrees in Washington State, and it feels like the devil's bunghole. So I'm just going to do a quick episode. For those who don't know, this is on the nerdy side of things. All nerds out there are in mourning. Kenny Baker, also known as R2D2, passed away at the age of 81 on Saturday, and so he will be missed. I think he holds a very large space in the hearts of all nerds everywhere. So to Kenny Baker, this drink is for you, and to all my fellow Star Wars nerds. So in honor of Kenny Baker, let's post a little bit about our heritage and how much Kenny Baker has to do with our heritage. We're actually drinking Heritage Distilling Company's dual barrel collection bourbon, and that is again in honor of Kenny Baker and R2D2. But if you guys can reply with as many memes, many graphics in honor of Kenny Baker as you can, of R2D2, and let's all say goodbye to R2D2 with the respectability and the celebration that Kenny Baker would want. So Kenny Baker, here's to you. We did try this at the South Sound Gathering about 6 months ago, but I figured it was worth a better, more deeper look. So I went and we went and got a bottle of it, so we could actually have a nice, good, strong taste. If you go to those gatherings, they tend to give you just such a small sample that you don't really get a good mouthfeel. You don't really get a good taste of it. So with buying a bottle, we can give it a more thorough review, and what we tasted at the South Sun Gathering was definitely worth a full review. Before I taste this, Ed and Jeff will be back very soon. In 2 weeks, we have a really cool episode that we're planning, and they will be down here for that. So next week, we don't know what we're doing. So if you're in the Western Washington area and would like to be part of the next week's episode, get a hold of us. But anyways, this is Heritage Distillery. Okay, the initial taste is very sweet. The mouthfeel is very pleasant. The finish is got a little bit of a kick to it, and I'm going to guess this is 90 proof. Let's see, 92 proof. So it definitely tastes like a 92 proof. Well, it finishes like a 90 proof, but the mouthfeel is a lot more gentle than I would expect for a 92 proof. So, anyways, this was I think $30 at Total, and I think it's an exclusive to Total Wine and More. We try not to mention them too often on the show, but they're basically the place that has the best selection. So if we want to get weird whiskeys, that's kind of where we go. But yeah, so exclusive, I believe, to Total Wine and More, and Heritage Distillery dual barrel collection bourbon whiskey, 92 proof, great taste, really pleasant, gentle mouthfeel. The finish does have a bit of a kick to it, so that means it probably hasn't sat more than like the 2-3 years in the barrel. But despite that low amount of time in the barrel, it's not a 10-20 year whiskey. It actually is not bad, and so I'd say for just an everyday after work whiskey, this is really good. I'm recommending it. It's the experience definitely fits the price, and yeah, total recommend Heritage Distillery dual barrel bourbon whiskey. See you next week. We'll see what we have. Possibly interviewing my favorite the owner of my favorite comic book store in the area, Gabby, and we're going to try and get her on pretty soon. And then after that, the return of Jeff and Ed. See you next week. Remember, post those tributes to Kenny Baker. This is to you, R2. Too bad they censored every single word you